Good morning and welcome to the Stahls TV Morning Show. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we've been gone for a couple weeks, but we're back, better than ever, excited for yet another morning show. And so some exciting things happening today. Number one is we're going to go through marketing your business around town and point out a helpful resource that we think will help you in marketing your business, as well as brainstorm and discuss some ideas on how to grow your business locally right there in your neighborhood. And then we're also going to go through, as always, the Make It Monday and the Look of the Week. And so lots of exciting stuff. As always, you can type in your questions through GoToWebinar or Facebook Live. We are coming to you live here from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and we'll stop several times throughout this morning's broadcast to answer any questions that you might have. But let's start off with Look of the Week. If we can pop that up here.
We got Kelly Voss, and it looks like she used some patterns here to match the pajama bottoms. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like the CAD-CUT patterns product. So we see a nice sort of coordinated outfit here. Also like the display. It's quite nice here. And so you have the pant bottoms, which already came with the plaid pattern, we're guessing. And then she has customized the onesie, the long sleeve onesie, to go with it. So you get a nice coordinating outfit. You get a popular design where you do sort of mama bear, papa bear, presumably. And then this is the baby bear outfit. I don't think papa bear is going to be sporting that onesie, but you get the baby bear look here. And the cool thing is with the CAD-CUT patterns, Kelly was able to customize this in the exact colorways that she wanted to match the pants. So congratulations to Kelly. Thanks for submitting the Look of the Week.
And I bet you that was one of the easier designs she's ever cut, because working with the patterns, it's just incredibly easy to cut out designs. Even though you do have to do the additional masking step, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah, the CAD-CUT patterns has been a really popular product. It's one that we had been planning to launch for literally years, I'm pretty sure. Just excited to get that product out there, but we wanted to perfect everything at Stahls. And so one neat thing about our patterns offering is you can order the roll of patterns without the mask. Basically, it's a roll of heat transfer vinyl. You just cut it in the positive, weed away the excess, and then you apply your mask then, and you can actually reuse that piece of mask. Some people have said 5-6 times they're getting out of one piece of mask to reduce their cost. Heat press it, and it's on there to stay. We print all of these patterns with high quality solvent or eco-solvent ink, so you get the wash durability across the pattern, and you can customize from over 100 colors. So the selection's pretty wide, a lot of trendy colors there. Some new news on the patterns front. I'm not quite ready to give the formal release yet, but I will just say we are very close to launching a lot of new patterns, some that we're really excited about. And so that should be coming this fall, along with a lot of other product launches we've been working on. Anyways, that's the Look of the Week. So with that, special effects, we don't have a pattern sample here, but special effects are a big part of an apparel decorator's business for those that own a vinyl cutter. The most popular special effect, I would say, would be glitter flake material. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd have to say that's an easy front runner on the special effect materials. It's great for anything from schools, dance, cheer, pretty much across the board. That's going to be a great special effect material for your business.
Yeah, so there's glitter flake, and there's a lot of other special effects that we like to talk about at trade shows. But unless you're at a show, sometimes they just become sort of an image on the website, and you don't really get a chance to dive deep and experience those, touch them, feel them, see what they're about. And so something that we've done here at Stahls is we've created a special effect decorating sample pack. And so if you have a vinyl cutter, or even if you don't, if you just have a heat press, we can always cut the design for you. This is a pretty cool sample pack. If you just visit stahls.com, navigate to the sample pack page, this will be the special effect decorating sample pack. You open that up, and then inside we have 6 different special effects samples that are already cut, already weeded for you. All you need to do is heat apply, and you can see you get the sort of recipe over here with the heat application instruction, because that does vary per material, but we've highlighted 6 of them here. And so we have these products we've pulled out of the little folder system here that we would like to heat apply for you in this edition of Make It Monday, and kind of walk through what they're best for. So let's do that now. Okay, we're back at the heat press here, and what I want to do is let's go close actually to the garment. I'm going to lay out these samples, Jimmy, and let's talk about what they're best for. So we're swinging away the press here, and we're going to start to lay those out. This one is the one we talked about prior. This is the CAD-CUT Glitter Flake product. Now, Glitter Flake, I would say, is most widely used for spirit apparel. Typically has its appeal to the female demographic for whether that's cheerleading uniforms, dance apparel, or even just general spirit wear. Now, a nice change to Glitter Flake and kind of a cool look that we highlight is this CAD-CUT hologram material. Now, Glitter Flake, you actually get the true glitter particle in, whereas hologram, you almost get a foil finish. So when do you see people choosing the hologram versus the Glitter Flake?
You know, sometimes it just depends on the garment even. Maybe sometimes you don't want the adhesion of or like the abrasiveness of the Glitter Flake. This gives you a smooth option, and there's a couple different colors that, you know, just really pop off the garment when you're working with the hologram.
Okay, so nice smooth finish. An alternative, it's actually less expensive as well, so if you're looking for an economy option. One of the products that I don't think gets enough sales or enough attention really is this Fashion Film Electric. Now this is sort of our prism effect here, but Fashion Film Electric is an extension of our popular fashion film lineup, so it's soft, has a really nice feel, and you get these electric or metallic-like finishes that can really be for any type of garment. It's an easy upgrade to a special effect.
And that's actually one of my favorite materials because, you know, anytime I have free range to make like a sample or, you know, just a decoration for around the office, I really like the metallic gold and also the silver, even the red. It almost mimics a foil-like finish as well, but, you know, you get all the benefits of the fashion film with a little bit of a special effect as well.
Good. And so sticking with the sort of metallic or bling theme, this is the glaze product. Now the glaze is an interesting one because it's sort of transparent when you cut it and weed it, but it does come in colors, and when you apply it down to different colors of shirts, it sort of makes the glaze or the metallic finish pop. In this case, on a black shirt, we're going to see the full effect of the glaze, which in this case is the royal blue color. Mm-hmm. Glaze, the other reason I like it, it's extremely soft, so it's awesome for performance apparel.
Yeah, and we have some flock here as well. We may not be able to see it a ton on this black shirt, but, you know, it's great for, you know, polo shirts, doing a left chest. If you'd like to do an embossed look, you can mix it with, you know, foil and adhesive. You know, there's a lot of different options. We use flock a lot when decorating like tote bags. It, you know, shows up well on there.
Good. Also give you some dimension, and very popular and seasonal. We have our CAD-CUT Glow. You see the haunted house customized there. The nice thing about the glow in the dark material is it looks white, but after it's charged and the lights go out, it glows a lime green. And we actually have this product on sale right now as you prep for your holiday decorations, your costumes, whatever you're making. It's 10% off on Stahls.com. So let's cover all these up. We're going to break the rules of heat printing a little bit and apply them all at the same setting just for speed purposes so we can get them on there. But we're going to press them at 300 degrees for 10 seconds, and then we will follow the instructions to peel hot or cold. They are all labeled, as was pointed out on Facebook Live, and which it makes it very easy to recognize what you're looking at here. Now it doesn't have the Stahls name, it's just the brand of the material. So after it's applied, you can hot peel the ones that are hot peel, and then the ones that are warm to cold peel we'll let cool down a little bit. So Glitter Flake, Fashion Film Electric, CAD-CUT Glow, all hot peel right away. The flock is more of a warm peel. Not sure if it's showing up on camera, but you can kind of see the sort of tonal and dimension here. We'll get a close-up here in a second. And then the hologram and glaze, you want to let them cool down before you remove the carrier. The glaze is a really room temperature cold peel. And let's see if we can get a good look here. You can see all the finishes. See the glaze has a nice shimmer to it. The hologram, the Glitter Flake, you get a lot of pop, and you can kind of see that flock. It's kind of cool for tone-on-tone effects, but it's great for fleece. It's a nice alternative to just what you would consider vinyl in that it feels very soft on the garment. So we'll talk through these a little bit more over at the table. So lots of different special effects. There was a topic in our Heat Press for Profit Facebook group, and I think Ted actually blogged about it on tedstall.com about how do you display your colors, how do you display your samples or swatches. And I think the way you display, the way you have samples and choose to showcase them has a lot to do with our topic today, which is marketing around town. A sample like this, although very simple, can be a really effective piece when I'm sitting down on a sales call with somebody or trying to show them what types of finishes I'm capable of. Often, you can use the free sample packs available to you or the color swatches available to you from Stahls to create some really awesome displays.
Yeah, and I go back to the old saying, a picture is worth a thousand words. Well, this is better than a picture. Instead of trying to explain to somebody what you can do, this is an actual, tangible item that they can hold in their hand, feel, and, see the products that you offer.
Good, and the durability of all these products is outstanding, so you don't have to worry about that when you're showcasing this. A lot of times I like to actually wash a sample 25, 50 times and put it side by side with a new sample, sort of as a control sample to show the durability of the heat transfer vinyl. It's another really effective thing. So Taylor's given us the wave down over here, which means there must be a question coming through.
We have a really good question coming from Ruth. She asks if the special effects materials can be cut with a laser.
Okay, great question. So typically, most of these products are knife cut on your silhouette cutter, rolling cutter, graph tech cutter, whatever it may be. But there is a new way to process materials with a laser cutter, and that's Ruth's question, cutting with an actual laser. And I think everything here but the flock can be laser cut. So you look for a material that's polyurethane based, that doesn't have any PVC at all in it, to be laser friendly. And all of these materials out of the special effects, except for the flock, can be laser cut. Now you went out to Universal Laser Systems to actually get some training on laser cutting the material. What's been your experience with what you can do really with a laser and heat transfer film?
And we're just talking about, just the sheer detail that you can achieve with lasers is second to none. You just physically cannot do it with a, regular vinyl cutter, regular knife cutter. That's a good question. It is getting, more and more popular as time goes on. I have worked with all these materials that you see here on this shirt, and I've had success with all of them. I'm not sure what kind of laser cutter, Ruth has, but I've only worked with Universal, and I've had great success with all these materials. So a lot of trial and error at first, but at the same time, it's fun to work with new materials and try different things, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you ahead in this, in this industry.
Yeah, so I grabbed a couple samples over by our laser wall here. I thought it would just be beneficial to show. So this is the hologram material we just heat applied that's the owl design. You can see the type of detail that the laser is able to achieve. Nothing you would ever want to spend time weeding, especially if you're doing more than one shirt.
Yeah.
One shirt I could see it, but if you're doing production, you would never want to weed something like that. I'll just bring this one into frame as well. This tree design, talking about selling around town to local businesses. Look at the detail on something like this. So there is a lot of additional capability that you can achieve when you start to talk about laser cutting and all that's possible. So good samples. Thanks for the questions. Keep the questions coming in, and hi to everybody from, let's see, we have Wisconsin, Missouri, we have New Jersey, we have some folks from Canada joining as well, Illinois. Everybody happy that the broadcast is back. Texas, we're happy to be back too. And why were we gone? We had 2 weeks that we were gone. One of the weeks, which was last week, we did our little renovation here at Stahls TV. So Taylor, I'm not sure if you can just pan and show off our new digs here a little bit. We got a new floor, which we're really excited about. So that's something brand new to us here at Stahls TV. And then we also took the time to redecorate the studios with some fresh samples and everything. And we're not going to take the time to walk through all those samples on today's show, but if you watch our trend show, which was the morning show a few weeks back, you would have seen all of those as Jenna and Courtney had walked through them. Okay, so let's talk about marketing your business locally. Now, there's a really good tool and a guide for this that I want to point out on the Stahls website. If we can just bring up that link now. There is a Ultimate Guide to Marketing Your T-Shirt Business ebook. It's free. All you need to do is either log into your account if you already have one. If you don't have a Stahls account, you just input it. We'll leave that link up there for a little bit so you can copy it down. I realize it's a little bit longer, but you can download this book for free, and it has a ton of helpful advice. One small section of the book talks about marketing your business locally and some ideas. And so the thing that we thought was most important before you can even start marketing locally is having business cards.
Absolutely. Vistaprint does amazing things today with turnaround times and pricing. I think you can get like 500 business cards for $9.99, somewhere around there. So to me, there's no excuse to not have business cards if you're going to be, a business owner.
Yeah, the business card is a very helpful tool. It helps when you're talking to anybody. And I always say it's the power of a simple question. If I have a business card in pocket or at hand, I don't care if I'm at a local restaurant, out at the ball field, or I'm passing by anybody. It's as simple as asking, hey, have you ever ordered custom t-shirts? And handing over the business card. That is the easiest piece of marketing materials that you can have in your business. So make sure the key things are covered, your company name, your logo, make sure you have a way that they can contact you, phone number, email, include some information about the types of services that you offer. Keep it complete, but also tactful. You don't want to overdo it, but a business card is a very helpful tool when you're trying to win business locally with all of these other marketing concepts we're going to talk about.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to run into. It's basically any given day, any given time. You could have a potential customer or a potential sale even. So, and I think business cards are a little bit more formal than, pulling out your cell phone and say, oh, hey, what's your number,
right.
Back and forth. I just think the business card is subtle, but, it does the job at the same time.
Yeah, it's effective. One way you can know who you're going to run into is to do it intentionally, and that's called networking. So I think networking is another way just in the local community to really get the name out there. So you're loaded up with business cards, and now you just need a way to be able to meet people and hand those out. And different networking events, whether that's through the Chamber of Commerce, really can be an effective way to build out your brand and your business. I read a book. I like the author. I think he used to write for Printware, maybe he still does. Jeffrey Gitomer, Gitomer, writes a lot of sales books, but he wrote a book called The Little Black Book of Networking. And it's really easy read, large print because I don't read books very well. Very easy to follow, and you can read it in small pieces and chunks, and it gives you all of these ideas on how to meet new people, how to effectively network for your business. So I'd highly recommend that read. Third way that we had here is just local businesses getting out there and making sales calls is an effective way.
Yeah, absolutely. Around here even, there's a couple businesses, we were talking earlier, you can see within,
Up the street.
Yeah, it's literally right up the street you could walk into. If it's a restaurant, they have workers who need apparel. If they have a special event that they're going to be working or catering even, they may need some polo shirts done. You just never know what you're going to run into or, who you're going to meet. Yeah,
one way to go about, because you can look around town and you can literally go through all the businesses. And you can drop off your business cards if you have a generic product that you offer. It says it's just custom t-shirts or custom polos. That's an effective way. But a way to get more specific about that and targeted is, why don't I hit the restaurants and bars these 2 weeks? And then I spend a week preparing effective samples and effective leave behind for restaurants and bars. Next week, why don't I hit banks, financial institutions, insurance agencies, sort of those professional type companies. And then I come up with a specific leave behind that may be valuable to them. So even taking around, we were talking earlier, something like a promotional product, it may be different based on the type of business you're calling on. So I think sort of grouping local business and then being intentional about what you show them when you go out there, what your story is, and sort of honing that delivery will help you be more effective in actually translating those visits into business around town.
Yeah, I definitely think your sample should be tailored towards the market you're trying to reach. I remember whenever I would be doing cold calls and sales, you would have a little bit of background information on the business, but that was about it. So you want to have a plan going into that sales call with that business. You don't want to be talking about screen printed transfers if that has no appeal to them whatsoever. So definitely tailor your samples, towards the markets you want to attack, if you will.
Good. So another way to get business around town that I particularly like, that's been effective, and just little things I've promoted, like vacation Bible schools, whatever it may be, which is similar concept, is yard signs. you would be amazed at how effective a simple yard sign can be. It's basically taking that business card, reducing some of the info, but blowing it up slightly larger and being able to drop those around town on high traffic areas or in yards with high traffic areas. Ask your friends to put them out in their yard and their connections. So doing something like associating a sale, maybe a grand opening event, maybe an open house, a reason for people actually to respond and having a call to action on that yard sign, a lot less expensive than a billboard.
Yeah, and you can put them anywhere essentially. Permission, as long as you ask permission, but it's not just in one area along a highway. It can be spread out all throughout the community then.
Yeah, and I know people that will actually put the yard signs out. Sometimes you may have some loss there, but being able to go back, collect those, and take them off and then put them out again maybe next year at a different time just to keep it fresh, because once it sits there for so long, once you pass something for so long, you don't even notice it any longer. So making sure that you do that sort of sporadically and keep it fresh with your promotions, have something to talk about. The next thing I have, and please, if you have ideas that have been effective in your local neighborhood, please share those right now in the Facebook feed or through GoToWebinar. We'd be happy to share some of those ideas at air, and we'd certainly welcome real life experiences that you're having. But having, yeah, it's a new word, having. Okay. The next one is sponsorships. It's listed here in the ebook, but sponsorships, whether that's a local sports league, a program at a musical, or a dance recital, whatever it may be, that can be a really effective way to grow the business. One idea is, sponsoring a whole team and having your name on the back of their jersey throughout the year. So there's different ways to be effective through sponsorships, but make sure when you're seeking out sponsorships, think about the audience that's going to be interacting with that sponsor. So if you're doing a 5K walk, whatever it may be, sponsoring the t-shirt for the event, you can reach a lot of people that way with a small amount of money. Absolutely, right?
Absolutely. And just to build off of Josh's point, he said keep in mind what customers may approach you. If you do a lot of sports teams and you don't necessarily like doing it, don't complain. If you get a lot of calls about, hey, I need some fanware, hey, I need you to do this sporting team, different things along, those lines, you're going to get calls about, basketball team, soccer, football. Just make sure you have the means to do so if you're going to decorate and market that way.
Good. So we have some more shout outs coming. I always enjoy seeing where people are watching from, so keep that coming. We have somebody that's wet in Oregon. We have Denny from the UK. Welcome, Denny. Shelby Township, I assume that's Michigan, I'm pretty sure. Got some other Detroit folks. Ohio, Mississippi, LA, all around the country and the world tuning in live on the morning show. I love it. Something else that I want to add to here, and we did a video with Doug Wilcoxon from Beaumark Sportswear some time ago, and he talked really about advertising through league business. And the concept that he was showcasing was basically doing the team uniforms for the Little League at a low margin or break even, saying you're not going to make your big money there, but you're using that almost as sort of a loss leader, a way to get engaged with those parents and with the community in order to leverage that league business into more business, to other items, into the spirit wear, when you can be more profitable. So think about that. Sometimes you may choose to do something at a break even for your business, knowing that by doing those items, you're going to get in contact with hundreds, sometimes thousands of more people. So for instance, I've seen people set up at events, high school football games, and printed and donated the money to the school, all the profits to the school for a fundraiser event. But be sure they had postcards, business cards, those sorts of things, and they were intentionally having conversations while they were at that event, because those were people that they wouldn't have come in contact with in the community otherwise. So always keep that in mind. Last but not least, we have on our list, and there's plenty of ways, and we have some questions coming in. We'll take those here in a second. Advertising. And so advertising is, pretty generic, but how do we advertise locally? We've talked about a few ideas. Any other concepts you want to throw out there?
I mean, a good old Herald Standard ad never hurt anyone.
It's our local newspaper, if you're wondering. So, yeah, newspaper advertising is can be effective, whether that is through their print edition or a lot more ad rates now on websites. I always like when there's a specific focus of the paper, like a buy local initiative is something they do here in our local community, and getting featured maybe in there with a coupon for your business and the coupon book package, whatever that may be. Another thing I like is sort of connecting the online world to the local community. And so the idea that you can use tools such as Facebook or Google, and you can specifically target a certain zip code and a radius in or around that zip code. So just because it's advertising locally does not mean that you can't use online tools that are worldwide like Facebook and Google. I know I just did a Facebook ad for another event that required attendance outside of what I do here at work, and it was tremendously successful. We increased attendance by 30-40% just by, I think I spent $200 on Facebook for the promotion, ran it for the couple of weeks, just boosted a post to the right demographic in the local community that would be interested in something like that.
Well, to build off your point, that's really cool because oftentimes on Facebook, I'll get a notification that this person and this person are interested in going to an event near me. So I may not even be friends with the person who's promoting the event, but our mutual friends, may cross paths at some point. So I'm still getting a notification on my phone.
Right.
Even though I may have nothing to do with that business or that industry, it's still, popping up right on my smartphone.
Good. No, I love it. And you can take that through to your packages and just reaching other people's contacts, and setting up something like a referral program is another effective way. Give a reason for somebody to pass your name along. Not, of course, it should be the quality of your work, but knowing that you have good quality, your customers are happy. Sometimes you have to be intentional about asking for a referral and saying, would you please hand this business card to somebody that you know, or here's a coupon code you can save on your next order by sharing this with somebody that you know. So that's a really effective means to advertising. So we have more shout outs. We have some of our friends shouting out from Florida. We're glad to hear that you are safe and sound. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with all of you over the past few weeks, and hopefully things are going well there with the recovery down in Florida, and also our friends in Texas. Okay, any other questions coming in right now, Taylor?
No, somebody commented about an idea with business cards on Facebook.
Okay, good. So Laura here has an idea. So she actually says, has customers that say, or prospects that say, I never take business cards because it will get lost. So you encourage people to take a picture of your card with their cell phone. Yeah, that's great. Get right in their database by taking a photo of the business card can be a really effective way.
Yeah, or you can even say, hey, what's your email? I'll shoot you a quick email. Does the same thing.
Yeah, I think we did this in our January trend report for this year. We talked about the sort of response and how people are almost tuning out in a way to phone calls. I mean, I think in certain industries, I don't know about ours where it's in the local community, but generally to like telemarketing type things. And honestly, they're tuning out in some ways to email, but text messages have a really high response rate. So at that first interaction, if you can say, well, let me text you my information, then you get their cell phone number, and just to drop a little text to them once you've established that connection, not in a spammy sort of way, I think can be a really effective way of breaking through and getting attention. So all types of people all over the country watching the morning show today. We're happy to be back with you. I don't think we'll be taking many breaks that I can foresee.
No scheduled ones for that matter.
Yeah, hopefully no breaks, other than I'm sure we'll miss some time around Thanksgiving and Christmas and the New Year. But we're working hard on our trend report. We have more folks than ever invested in the success of your business, trying to come up with new ideas for videos, to answer your pressing questions, to come up with new ebooks like we shared with you today. We're creating all types of content to try to help you be successful. We certainly thank you for tuning in this morning. That's all we have for today's show. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.